Hello everyone. Today we are diving into an exciting approach to teaching and learning English, which is experimental based learning, which is also known as experiential based learning. Imagine learning to ride a bike by reading about it versus actually getting on a bike, wobbling, and eventually soaring down the streets. That's the power of experiential learning. It's learning by doing, reflecting, and growing. It is in the context of English language education. It is approach transformed passive memorization into active, meaningful engagement. So let's explore what is experiential learning and why it is effective for English and how we can apply it into the classrooms. So basically, what is experiential learning? So, experiential learning is rooted in David Kolb's 1984 learning cycle. Is a hands-on approach where learners actively prepare and participate in experiences, reflect on them, conceptualize their understanding and apply it in new contexts. The cycle has four stages. First is concrete experience. What is concrete experience? It is engaging in a real activity like role play or project. Second is reflecting observation, thinking about what happening during the activity. Third is abstract conceptualization during conclusion or learning rules from where experience. Active experimentation is the fourth and last stage, applying what was learned to new situations. For English language learners, this means moving beyond textbooks and grammar drills to immersive real world activities that make language come alive. Why does this matter? Because English is just a living language, best learned through authentic and speaking, listening, and interacting, which is important. Why experiential learning is important in English? So, learning English isn't just about mastering grammar or vocabulary, it's about communicating conception and expressing ideas. Experiential learning excels here because its engaging activities like debates, storytelling, sparks interest and motivation. It builds confidence practicing in real life scenarios like ordering food in mock restaurant, reduce fear of making mistakes. It enhances retention when learners use English in memorable hands-on ways. They retain vocabulary and structure better. It contextual because language is tied to culture and situation. Making real world tasks like writing a blog or interviewing a peer is more relevant. Practical application in the classroom. How you can bring experiential learning into English classrooms. I will give you some examples which we can use in classrooms. First is role plays and simulation. So set up an activity like marketplace where students negotiate prices in English or act as tourist guides for a fictional city. Why it works? Because students practice functional language. For example, bargaining phrases like can you lower the price in a safe and fun environment. Second is project based learning. What is project based learning? So have some student create a short podcast or vlog in English about a topic they are passionate about, like their favorite hobby or local culture. It encourages research, writing, and speaks while fostering creativity students learn. Vocabulary relevant, their interest like editing software for blogging. Or you can organize a language exchange where students interview native English speakers, maybe in person, maybe online, about their daily lives. It exposes learners' authentic accents, slangs, and cultural nuances, making English a tool for real connection. Challenges and solution. Everything has two sides like challenges. So, learning is powerful by experiential language based learning, but it also has some challenges. For example, like you have very different students level, so start with a 10-minute activities like quick debate and build up there. It takes a long time. Challenges, next challenge is mixed proficiency level of classrooms. Assign roles that match students abilities, like beginner describing a picture while an advanced learner may narrate a story. Next challenge is a student hesitation or fear of mistakes. Create a supportive environment by celebrating effort over perfection and using groups activities to reduce pressure. So, at the end, experiential learning transforms English into education from a dry to very practical and very engaging journey. Students in real world tasks reflecting on their experience, applying new skills, we empower them to use English confidently and creatively. As educator, let's inspire our students to not just learn English by reading it but also living it. Thank you for that.